good morning, afternoon actually. Namaste. My name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube, and I'm here to share some guidance for the weekend. That's the weekend of the 9th and the 10th of June. I'm pretty sure. I just realised I left my paper inside. So goodness knows what day or month I might say. But I'll just lock it into my brain now that it's, I'm pretty sure, Saturday the 9th. It doesn't say. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's the 9th. And Sunday. So that's why I'm here to share some guidance. Hi, Develle. Lovely to see you. And Noel and Lawrence is here. Hello. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It's currently Saturday at 1:05 p.m. on the dot. Saturday the 9th of June, I'm pretty sure. Hi, Isabelita and Katie. Lovely to see you all. Welcome. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. I have a cat sitting here purring at the microphone here. So if you hear some weird purring sound, that's her. She's sharing some purring love with us. So if you're new to watching, welcome. Let us know, please, if you're new so we can welcome you. If you are new, what I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm going to be looking for the best card for Saturday the 9th of June, and then the best card for Sunday the 10th of June, and then the best card for the theme for Saturday and Sunday. So just take on board what feels right for you, let the rest go. This is general guidance for everyone, which means I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. So I trust 100% that you've been led here for a reason, and that something shared will be important or helpful for you at this time, or supportive. Not everything's going to make sense, and that's okay. So just let stuff go that doesn't resonate. I think that's all I really need to say, isn't it? So let's get started. I'm just going to shuffle now. Sorry, Puss, I'm dropping the cards all over you. I'm going to start now by shuffling and looking for the best card for Saturday the 9th of June. If it's not Saturday for you yet, you can think of this as guidance in advance. Perhaps come back or just keep it in mind when you go through your Saturday. And I just trust that the best card that's the most helpful for the majority of us will find its way to the top of the deck. So we'll go with this card for Saturday. Here we've got the butterfly card 6. This is perfect. I love this card so much. It always makes me smile when it comes up. Okay, Puss, what are you doing? Hold on. She's tangling herself in my microphone cord, but now she's walked away. So back to this. This is card 6, called Butterfly. I'm going to read the keywords here and then talk a bit more about this card. It says heart, opening, freedom, passion and action. This talks about really opening up through our heart on Saturday and allowing ourselves to move forward from our heart, like our heart is the compass. Our heart is our guide for forward movement. I mean, it's a great way to live any day, but this is especially important for Saturday, to be in our heart as we move forward. Now, this figure here that represents us, perhaps, with these butterfly wings on our heart, she's looking up, she's dreaming, she's brewing her ideas, she's inspired, she's thinking about perhaps where she's going, or dreaming about where she wants to be in life. So there's little grounding in this card, but there's a lot of dreaming, a lot of thinking about and feeling upon, especially in the heart, what we want to do, what we want to be, what we want to create for ourselves and create for our life in the moments and days and weeks and months and perhaps years to come, if we're reflecting that far in advance. There's a feeling here that a lot of us have been feeling a loss of personal power lately, that we may have been feeling a bit lacking in self-confidence, lacking in or consumed perhaps a bit by self-doubt or worthiness, whether we're worthy for something good to happen or worthy for this thing that we want to bring forward for our life experience or in our life experience. So as we shift our focus from that lack space that's been taking our power away and bring our energy up into our heart, I feel that this is going to be where we move from, where we make decisions from, where we speak from and lead from our heart. Whereas lately, these last few weeks, some of us may have been living a bit more, being led by our doubt or led by our lack of confidence or lack of self-worth. So as we shift our focus and start being led by our heart rather than our, I want to say weaknesses, but led by those sort of limitations of lack, we might notice an increase in energy, in motivation on Saturday, as we feel a little bit more drive to take action. Perhaps we're starting to feel better if you've been anything like me and been kind of dealing with physical stuff that's needed to heal over this last week or two. You may be feeling a bit more revived and energized on Saturday and really ready to work with that energy to lead the way forward. That leading energy feels strong. Those words feel like good words to use right now, is leading. So what are you leading with? Are you leading with your mind? Are you in a logical, analytical space of leading and moving forward on your path mentally? Are you leading with your heart? Which means, are you trusting in how you feel? Are you moving forward using love as your guide, heart as your guide, truth as your guide? Are you leading forward with your throat and perhaps speaking a lot or a bit out of balance verbally, and with your communications might be noticing a bit of instability there? Or are you leading with your solar plexus chakra in an unhealthy way, in a feeling lack and doubt about or questioning whether you're ready for or how something might unfold or how something might be? So I kind of feel like sandwiching our energy and bring it all into our heart so we can get kind of into the inside of the sandwich, which kind of sounds a bit weird, but that's how I'm seeing it right now. Is kind of squashing this energy in or bringing our attention to that middle juicy part of the sandwich and letting ourselves be led by that luscious drive, that beauty, the appreciation, the sense of purpose that wants to guide us from our heart, and allow ourselves to be led with that. And not being led as in us following. I feel like this is we as individuals being the leader in our own life. Perhaps before, when we were feeling a bit lacking, we may have been more of a following our wounds, following the lack, following the doubt, and letting that rule and take over our life. I feel we're really been encouraged to lead the way with our heart. So I trust that makes sense. So that's the card for Saturday, the 9th of June, butterfly. So transformation and really allowing ourselves to change and shift perspective might be really important. So I'm going to leave that with you. I trust that makes sense. There's passion coming through in this card too. With this red energy, I'm really being drawn to passion, purpose. How can you revive that within yourself? And call it forward so you can lead from that space. It feels interesting. I can feel this energy like brewing, hanging around in our energy field. Something that we've got potentially the opportunity to tap into and acknowledge and work with. It doesn't feel like we're getting into the Lamborghini and driving and leading the way in a really kind of forceful, direct, fast way. This feels a little bit more mellow to me than how this card sometimes appears. So the energy's around. If you've been feeling the opposite, then perhaps take some deep breaths and become more of aware of this kind of mellowy but strong energy that's wanting to help guide us and lead us forward, not as the follower but as the creator of that leadership. If that makes sense. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. So let's now look for the best card for Sunday, the 10th. I think it's the 10th. I haven't got my paper here, of June, whatever date Sunday is. So Sunday, the 10th of June, I think. I'm looking for the best card for the majority of us. And we will go with this card right here. Spirit Bird, card 37. Things are looking up this weekend. So if things have been flat and low, we've been dealing with illness or stuff in our body, or like Susie says here, she hasn't slept much all week. I know the feeling. I haven't slept much myself. If we've been feeling flat and low, this energy feels like there's an uplifting energy to it. This is Spirit Bird, card 37, and it says heart, song, joy, excitement, and motivation. And I could kind of hear this spirit bird whistling, like whistling its heart song, whistling with joy and contentment, and just whistling through the tasks and activities that it's doing or observing us do on Sunday. So how can we bring a little bit of joy into our, not only Saturday, but Sunday as well, especially through song, through music, through feeling it genuinely in our heart? And if we don't feel it genuinely, let's be honest about it so that we can shift what's blocking that and bring joy or welcome joy in. So don't pretend that you should be feeling joy just because it came up in the cards. If you're not feeling it, admit that to yourself. In fact, often when we admit that we're struggling or admit that we're unhappy right now or something's not working, often that admitting that to ourselves helps shift it and move that blocked energy that's in the way. So there's a lot of potential for connecting in with our heart really strongly this weekend. What might that be? How might we connect with our heart? I think about doing things that I love. I think about connecting with my heart as in bringing more love into my life, more love into myself, and feeling more love and acceptance with who I am. And then that expanding out into my relationships with my lover, my children, my family, my friends. Anyone that I interact with is a relationship. So to bring that love and connect with my heart, I need to follow the things. I need to do the things and invest my time in the things that bring me joy. And if I can't find joy in those things, is there something that I can appreciate about that task or that obligation or the thing that I might be doing that I might not really want to do, but I have to? How can I accept and appreciate that? I might be doing it for someone who might need that bit of help right now. So what can bring you heart to joy on Sunday? What can bring you heart joy this weekend? How can you feel it genuinely in your heart? How can you do something, a task or something that brings you joy or gives you joy in your heart? Sometimes it is when we help other people, isn't it? Sometimes it is when we help ourselves. So motivation, action, energy, quite strong. I'm feeling that it might shift gears a little bit on Sunday. It felt more mellow, kind of in the background for Saturday, but I do feel things kind of starting to funnel in and channel in and start to take form, start to kind of move through a little bit more strongly in our life through action. So that might be coming through as well, but definitely music and song, and really thinking about how can we connect more deeper in with our heart. How does our heart feel? Let's connect with it for a moment and see. I'm going to play the singing bell. The birds are singing beautifully. It's actually really still here. There's a slight breeze. I don't know if you can see any trees moving in the background, but It's a very slight breeze, but it's just very still and quiet. So I'm going to play the Tibetan singing bell. I'm going to hold it this way, and I'm going to play this with a specific intention of encouraging you to connect in with your heart. How is your heart feeling in this moment? Not how it felt yesterday because something happened, or not how it might feel tomorrow. How does it feel in these moments that you're connecting? So how could you connect with it? I suggest that you listen to the sound of the singing bell, take some really deep, big breaths, and perhaps imagine that you have this really comfortable chair in your heart and that you bring yourself in here. Imagine coming in and sitting in your heart and see how it feels. Do you feel tense? Do you feel upset? Do you feel divided in your heart? Do you feel on guard? Do you feel loved? Do you feel loving? Do you feel at peace? So just some things that may come up for you. So just sit in your heart as best as you can and feel what it feels like right now and acknowledge that. If it does feel wounded or divided, then perhaps think about, okay, how can I take steps to help heal or mend my heart, to help bring it into balance again? So I'm going to play the singing bell. Just take some deep breaths. There's nothing you can do wrong, so just listen at the very least. If you want to take it deeper, then drop into your heart the way that you would like to. So nice deep breath. What a beautiful moment this is. I also want to remind you that you have a strong heart. That, for one, it takes a lot of strength to be vulnerable. It takes a lot of strength to admit that, hey, I'm struggling right now, or hey, I don't feel happy, I don't feel joy. So it takes a lot of strength to do that. So don't underestimate or think that you're weak because you're admitting how you really feel. It takes a lot of strength to do that. It's actually easier just to say, look, I'm okay. I'm fine. But underneath you can kind of feel that that's covering something. So I want to just remind you, and please hold these words if they mean something to you, if they resonate with you in this moment, if they speak to you directly. You have a strong heart. You are a strong person. And you will get through this time. In fact, you are getting through this time. So believe in yourself. Tap into that strength of heart that you have, because it's going to be your guiding light right now. Our heart energy is strong and it's calling us, especially this weekend. So let's grab now a theme card for Saturday and Sunday. This will help tie these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Saturday and Sunday. There's already a theme connecting with the heart, connecting with motivation and action. The themes that came in for both cards. So very interested to see what the actual card is that comes up. How are you feeling? Lots of love. Beautiful. How did your heart feel when you connected with it? Just because it felt a certain way a few moments ago doesn't mean you might even feel that way now. You might feel a little bit different because the energy just keeps moving. It flows, it moves. So the best card for the theme, I trust, is this. The Temple of Maya. This is a really strong weekend, isn't it? It's card 51, and the keywords say manifestation, revelation, and purpose. This brings a depth and a strength to this weekend. So with this card coming up, I'm not surprised that I was talking a little bit about heart strength just before I picked this card. Go away, fly, please. You're tickling my skin. So first of all, let's look at the word manifestation. This talks about things manifesting, things taking form this weekend. We might go, it might just be something simple like go shopping and purchase the thing that we've had on our shopping list for a while. Finally get around to doing that and having the energy and the motivation and maybe the funds to do that. So manifesting that plan, manifesting that goal that we had, something simple like just a little bit of shopping for something. This also feels like I know for me that this relates to my creativity and manifesting or starting to take action on the ideas and the creativity that's been brewing inside me. Because I've been out of action very much physically for over a week, I haven't created much, but like I said in the last video, I can feel all this energy, creative energy brewing and stewing and building inside me. Oh, hugs, Deville. That's so sad that you can't smile you cannot smile any bigger. Why did I think that said I can't smile any longer? Isn't that strange? I cannot smile any bigger. That is beautiful, Deville, and thank you. That is beautiful words to say. Yeah, so I can feel like for me with this card that it's talking about getting into some creativity again and starting to get this energy that's inside of me, this volcanic energy that's brewing and building under the surface, getting it out and expressing it and bringing it into my life. So manifestation is about something taking form this weekend. But there is something deeper about this card, and I feel like it's about purpose. It's about our life's purpose, but not necessarily our life's purpose. My son's just coming back. If you start hearing this voice start talking to me, you might think I'm speaking to him. It'll be him. Life's purpose feels too far away. This is about finding purpose this weekend. Purpose from our heart. Heart purpose. How different is the feeling around life's purpose to heart's purpose? Is there a different feeling to those words? For me, yes. Life's purpose feels bigger. It feels like a mountain that's over there in the distance that I might be trying to move towards that I don't have now in my life. So like a goal perhaps, or something that's perhaps miles, years away, decades away. That's how life's purpose feels to me. It always feels like it's in the distance, almost unattainable, something that we're seeking and questing for constantly perhaps. Heart's purpose to me in this moment feels richer, it feels more authentic, and something that's very much present in this moment. We've just connected in with our heart. How can we connect in with our heart again and feel what its purpose is? For our heart right now, our purpose might be, and it most likely is if you're joining me live, or actually in the replay, is just to sit here in this moment. Look at this cat's purpose, heart purpose right now, is to just lay here, like we say, like roadkill, and sleep in the sun, like a big fur ball. So that's her heart's purpose now. And our heart's purpose, I feel, is going to shift and flow, because it's like the canoe that we sail in or move in as we flow down our river of life, as we flow down that stream of movement, that natural rhythm, our flow, if you like. Perhaps our heart's purpose is this canoe that holds us as we travel down, making it easier to navigate the rapids and navigate the different movements of our river as we go through our life. It feels to me right now that our heart purpose, our heart power, is like our lifeboat that keeps us more afloat than we could on our own. But it is a part of us. It's not separate. So there's a lot of strength that's coming through this weekend, potentially, as we connect with our heart. If we refuse to connect with our heart, and if we continue to wallow in doubts or fear or worry or anxiety, if we continue down that path, we may not feel that sense of heart power that's coming through, that sense of motivation and manifestation and purpose, all this energy that's coming through quite strongly in this guidance today. We may not feel it if we're caught up in self-doubt or in the snare of those limitations. So if you are caught in that snare, if you're feeling out of balance, what can you do about it? Perhaps think about the things that have come up, that have stood out for you, especially making an effort to connect in with your heart, and perhaps take some deep breaths a few times this weekend and sit in your heart like there's a comfortable chair in there, and get to know yourself in your heart. Start shifting gears. If your gears are moving down a doubtful, worrying, negative, depressing, limiting path, you need to be able to stop and shift gears in a more heart-filled direction if you want to shift gears. I feel a part of the key here is acknowledging honestly with ourselves if we are going down a path that feels dark and gloomy and out of balance, and to stop pretending that everything's fine. Because when we pretend everything's fine, we're just going to keep going down and turning those same cogs and using the same gears going down that same direction. If we can stop when we're saying that we're fine and say, hold on, stop, to yourself, how do I really feel in my heart? How do I feel in my being? I'm struggling right now. I've been struggling for a while. Might be a truth that you connect with, something like that. That means you're going underneath that veil of fine and cracking through that membrane, if you like, so that you can have the ability in that moment to stop going down that same path and start switching gears and switching direction in more of an alignment with your heart. So just be careful that you haven't been glossing over how you really feel and pretending in some way, because you don't want to upset others or you don't want to upset yourself. But how can you connect in with how you really feel without pretending? Say it. Even if you say on this post, you might find that by admitting it to yourself that you start shifting gears pretty much straight away. I feel that there's important information in what's been shared underneath. So connecting with how you feel about what's been said or what's important for you, and take the steps that you need to help yourself through. There's a lot of potential for heart connecting, motivation, purpose, and reconnecting with that this weekend. If you struggle to feel it, don't beat yourself up. Just recognise that, hey, there might be something I'm covering up about how I'm feeling right now, and how can I crack that membrane? How can I crack that egg and really connect with how I feel? Your journal might be helpful, where you can explore such things privately and personally yourself. So I'm going to leave that with you. I trust that makes sense and is helpful and supportive for you. Please remember that you're not alone. Sometimes too we have bad days. We might not necessarily be going downhill or in a downward spiral that's been happening for a while. We might be. Sometimes we might be travelling along quite fine and have something happen that just affects us, and we have a really bad day or a really bad couple of days. So how do you deal with that? What I would do if I was dealing with that is I would just remind myself to go gently and just do my best to get through my day. And sometimes that's all we can do, is do our best to get through our day, especially if we're dealing with something like grief or some type of traumatic event that's just happened that's kind of shocked us. Sometimes all we can do is just get through our day and be gentle with ourselves. If you're ready to take it deeper, if you've been dealing with that heaviness for longer than you'd like to, then that's where it might be worth looking at. Okay, am I really fine or am I not doing okay? Admit that to yourself so you can start shifting gears again. Just be gentle with yourself. Know that you're loved and supported, and remember that you have a strong heart. You have such a strong heart, and it will be your guiding light right now. It is leading the way if we let it. It won't lead the way if we're not allowing it to. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I trust you've enjoyed our time together. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards today. These are available on my website if you want to work with them or learn more about them. Just have a look at templeofbalance.com.au. So what do I have to talk about? I've got some new pendants on the website. I've got some new crystal ones, but I've got some of the Healing Energy card talismans on the website to commemorate our 10th year since I released the Healing Energy cards. So there's some of our favourite cards on Independent now. You can have a look on the website if you're inspired to. We've got our Temple of Balance Tasmania Healing Retreat coming up in February. There's 2 or 3 spaces left, so if you're inspired to come along and stay with us for a week, it's actually 8 days, 7 nights, then please have a look and see if it resonates with you and the timing works in for you. Don't think there's anything much more I need to share. If you would like to learn more about the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. Thank you. It's been lovely spending this time with you today, and I really trust you've got something supportive and beneficial out of our time together. My time is precious, your time is precious, and I'm really honoured that you would spend your precious time with me. So thank you so much. So sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Enjoy the rest of your day and weekend, and I will definitely be back again to share with you real soon. So thank you and namaste. Thank you.